Yo guys, what is going on? And in today's video, I have a different styled video. So I'm actually gonna be going through my step-by-step process of how I edit my freelancing work. Now in this case, I am editing a dealership, so AKA a car video. So this is gonna be a super cool video for you guys to learn. But if you guys are new here, my name is Ryan and I help other editors like you become better at editing in DaVinci Resolve. And I actually run the ryanherrick.store where I sell awesome editing packs for DaVinci Resolve. So if you wanna check those out, it is the first link in the description. But without further ado, we are going to head into DaVinci Resolve right now. So actually, believe it or not, the very first thing I'm gonna do is whip out my phone and I'm just gonna go on to IG. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go try to find like a trending sound. So I'm just gonna look for that and then I'll update you guys when I've found them. So now I found my video, I'm just gonna simply screen record the audio. In the meantime, while I'm screen recording this, I'm just gonna open up DaVinci Resolve. So now that I have it all done, all I'm gonna do is just simply airdrop this to my MacBook. All right, now my next step is I'm just gonna simply add in the audio and then all of my clips into this media pool right here. All right, now that I have everything in here that I am needing, I'm just gonna simply drag and drop the audio on the timeline first. And all I'm simply gonna do to get this audio to normal is I'm gonna double click and just unlink this clip right here. So then we're gonna find the starting point, which is right there. So I'm gonna hit cut it and then go back. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag on like my first thing that I wanna do. So for example, I have this picture, which is what we're gonna be starting out with. And all I'm gonna do is hit Shift-9, and then I'm gonna go press use vertical resolution, and then I'm gonna press save. So now we have this all good to go here. And what I'm gonna do for this first effect is it's gonna be about 2 seconds long. So essentially what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna come into the color page and I'm just gonna color grade this picture in DaVinci Resolve. Now that I have this first one colored, I have a whole bunch of different pictures that I am going to basically just throw into my timeline here. And in order to batch put this little LUT on here, we're just gonna open up the clips and hit Command-C, and I'm just gonna Command-V all of the rest just to make sure that they all look good somewhat. So now we need to figure out how many times we need to repeat this process in order for it to reach this. So I'm thinking 3 clips per thing. So 1, 2, 3, and then I'm just gonna cut this. This is how I'm gonna do it. Cool. So now in order to make this work, what we're gonna have to do here is simply just match up all of these. So if you look at it, it looks good already, but we need to just make sure that they're all in the frame exactly. By doing that, we are going to set this one as the main example. So by doing that, we're just gonna drag up on this clip and I'm gonna go 1 frame ahead. And for this one, I'm gonna turn on the mode as like screen, or what you could do is you can do normal and you can just turn the opacity down until it is completely lined up. So I'm just gonna zoom in and just do this until they are completely matched up. And I'm just gonna basically do this for each and every single one of them basically. And keep in mind, sometimes they're gonna be at different angles, so you're gonna have to work with what you have. So with that being said, now we're just gonna turn this opacity back up, and I'm just gonna simply go to this one now, and I'm just gonna hit, or you could do either way, however you wanna do it. And also another effect that you could do is just do the opacity like this, and you will notice that it is pretty much identical. So just the only thing you don't forget to do is to make sure to turn the opacity back up. But next thing you need to do is just do this frame by frame thing to make sure that it is a seamless transition. So now for this one, I'm just gonna bring this one over and we're gonna do the exact same thing. So this one's gonna be a lot harder because it's darker, right? So we're just gonna try our best here to get this to look the exact same. So boom, now we should be good. If you could tell here, it's just kind of this light to dark effect. So there we go, we got that one now. Now we're just gonna continue this process until we are done. Okay, so just like that, we are finished. So now if we check this effect out, we have this cool effect. Now the only issue we're running into is we now have these black bars, which is super easy to fix. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna double click all of these and we're just gonna create a new compound clip. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just go through all of these and we're just gonna simply just zoom it in to where like none of them, there's no more black bars. So by doing that, now we're just gonna play it. So now we're good. Now we're black bar free. So now I'm just gonna copy this effect until we reach this destination right here. So I'm gonna cut it right there. So now if we play this, But now with that being said, I'm gonna highlight all of these and create a new compound clip. And what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna go to the Fusion page simply. And under here, I'm just gonna make sure my inspector tab is open and I'm gonna add a transform node. And then what I'm gonna do here is I'm simply just going to toggle on the size. And then by the end of the video, I want the size to be basically pretty much in the frame right here. And what you could do is you could actually go back here and set keyframes here as well, and then come back here, and then that way you can just center it however you'd like. But that's essentially what we're gonna do here in order to make this look nice and good. So now we're gonna come to the spline, and for size, I'm just gonna go and do Command A, and then I'm gonna hit S on my keyboard to smooth these out. Now I'm gonna deselect the size and the pivot, and we're just gonna hit zoom to fit again and hit Command A and then smooth this one out as well. Now we have a nice smooth animation, and if your playback is very slow, you can go to playback up here and go to render cache or time resolution and just do quarter, and it'll make it look all pixelated, but you're able to actually view it. So that's cool right there. I'm really liking that. So now that I know it's every 3 frames, so 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna hit a marker right here, and I'm gonna do it for a few more as well. So marker and then marker. So I'm just gonna leave those there, and the reason why I'm gonna do that is for sound effects nearby in the here in the future. But I'm gonna go back into the Fusion page. I'm gonna go to settings, and I'm gonna make sure my motion blur is toggled on. And then with this transform, I'm also gonna do a shift space. So we're gonna get this blur right here, and the reason why we're gonna get this blur is because it's going to create this effect for us right here, just to make sure that it's in the center. So I'm gonna have realistic set on, and then I'm just gonna turn this smooth strength down a whole bunch. So I'm actually, on frame 0, I'm gonna hit a keyframe, and then I'm gonna go all the way down to the end, like we said, and I'm just gonna turn this blur up just a little bit, because the reason why is because we want it to focus on this front end right here. So I'm just going to disable everything, and I'm going to simply do a Command A and then S and smooth out that blur as well. Now if we come here, we can also turn off this proxy resolution and turn it to full so you can fully see like the blur. But if we go frame by frame, you could tell that as it zooms in, we also start to get blur on the outside, which is exactly what we want. So now this is what we have. So now I'm just going to add in some saucy car footage. And honestly, we can probably, yeah, that's good. So we're just going to turn this here, and I'm simply just going to start with the engine because I know personally that this is the clip I wanted to use. And in all honesty, we can just go ahead and honestly just drag on all of this footage, to be honest. Because we know we're going to basically use, most likely going to be using all of the footage. So why not go ahead and just drag and drop that on. So now with this, I'm going to bulk highlight and link the clips and then unlink the clips and then take off this audio. So now I'm going to do a color grade for this car. And since they're mostly all cut close-up shots, I'm just going to use this one as an example. And I have log footage. So I'm going to go into the gallery and go to my power grade, and I have this power grade that just turns my footage back to normal. So as you can see, it just turns it back to normal. And then with the LUTs, I'm going to go to the Ryan Herrick LUTs, and I'm probably going to use maybe this one. I don't know which one I'm going to use yet, but all I know is I'm going to use one of these LUTs, probably this one right here. That one's nice. So that looks good to me, and now I'm just going to go ahead and go to the clips, and I'm going to hit Command C, and I'm just going to highlight all of these clips right here, so that way we can just go ahead and mass color grade these at the same time. So that way we can now get to the real type of edit. So I'm actually thinking for this first clip, I want to just do this type S. And you can tell I eventually end up smoothing it out. So just be patient. I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to put this one in right here. Since I'm going to add some sound effects, we'll get to sound effects later. So we're going to cut it on the beat right there. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to come to Stabilization, and I'm just going to turn on this Stabilization effect and see what it can do for me. So, and if you don't like the way it looks, then you can try this one right here, this translation. It might do a little bit of a better job. And you don't forget to restart it too, so I'm just going to try similarity now and try to stabilize this. We have this clip right here of this engine. So we're gonna cut it there because I know that. So we're gonna split that there, and I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm just gonna stabilize this first. So this is what we have so far. And then you can tell we have a little bit of it. So we need to cut that there, right there, boom. And then I'm gonna grab this clip of the actual car. So now we have this one right here, and then we can actually go ahead and you could tell that this just kind of zooms in nice and slow. So I want to actually start it like right here, just because I like it all close up. So we'll end up cutting it there. But actually what we're going to end up doing is actually going to hit Command R on our timeline. And we can go ahead and for this first few seconds, like that much, we can go ahead and add a speed point and then speed this up like so. And then what we can do, we can actually Command Z this actually, and we can go a little bit further. So that way it's like right here. And also we could always extend this clip too. So we could do it like right there, hit a keyframe, add a speed point, and then just make sure you're actually speeding up the clip too, because you don't want to. And then for this time, we're just going to go to the end of the clip. So I know that this clip is actually it doesn't fit till the end, so I'm going to end up actually just slowing this down to like maybe 80. Let's see what that looks like. See, that's not enough, so we need to slow it down to maybe 75 or 70. So this is the key feature of filming in 60 frames a second too. So now I'm able to cut it there. And then if we go ahead and we double click and go to retime curve control, we're able to actually grab this and just smooth it out right here in this edit page. So now it'll look something like that. So now we have something like that. So now we have another clip to put right here. So I'm going to get this clip right here of this logo. So I really like this one right here. So we'll cut it there. And then I don't like that logo thing I did, so we'll cut that out. And then we can go ahead and just do this because we're going to get these clips in here anyways. I really like this front clip. And then I'm actually going to end up probably just slowing this down to like 85. That's perfect. So for this one, we'll get there. So we'll cut that there, and then I'm going to come in here and just make sure that I really go ahead and I'm gonna stabilize this one again because this one's way too short. The only thing I don't like about the stabilization in DaVinci is sometimes it's a bit wonky, so. So now I'm going to do another retime curve control. So I'm going to hit Command R, and I'm just going to go to like right here. I'm going to hit a speed point, and I'm just going to go forward like this. I'm going to hit another speed point and then smooth ramp that out. And then what we could do is we can grab this further. Maybe even a little more. Like right here. And we can speed this one. Maybe not that much though. And then for this one, we're going to change the speed to 75. So. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to just go ahead and make sure that this retime curve control thing is on. And smooth them out again, once again. Really smooth your keyframes out here to make the best of your video. So now if we check that back. So now we have this speed ramp right here. So cool beans. Now hopefully we can find another. So now we can also go ahead and just Command R this one and also just slow it down to like 85. So now we'll cut it there, and then for this ending, I'm going to cut it here, drag this down, and I'm just going to turn it down by a little, nothing crazy, and I'm going to come to the music page, and on audio number 2, I'm going to double click this, hit band 6, and then just make sure I go to 400 on the frequency. Cool, so now I think I'm going to add a nice vert transition right here. So now we can go ahead and do this. Hit screen, go to a sound effect. And this sound effect is also in my bundle as well, but I'm just going to grab this nice cassette tape effect. Boom, just like that. I'm going to turn this down, obviously, so fade that out. I mean, I guess this footage right here we don't really need, so this is what we're looking like as the edit. And that's a pretty tough edit right there, fellas. So if you guys are looking to level up your content, then definitely I'm gonna show you how to use these sound effects right here. So I'm gonna turn this sound effect down definitely by a lot. So I'm gonna turn it down by 11 and then by 3 on the semitones. And I'm gonna come here and make sure this track is on mono. So. And then turn this riser up, obviously. Maybe even more. And I also think this sound effect right here is way too loud. So we're going to turn that down. So now this is what we're talking about, guys. So for this sound effect right here, we're going to grab a nice paper effect right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come here and grab something that is just 2 frames long. So like this. And we can go ahead and solo this and see what this sounds like. That's perfect. So I'm just going to change the soundtrack type to mono. And basically every like 2 frames, I'm just going to go ahead and just apply this sound effect right here. And it might be a little too much, but what we're going to do now So now that we have this sound effect spread out evenly, we're gonna turn them down as a group and then turn the semitones down. So now if we solo this, this is what we're sounding like. Boom, just like that. And what we could even do for this one right here, we could space this one out still because it's a little too close. We might even be able to take this one out. No, can't take that one out. But see, the sound effect is going to be very not as noticeable as you'd think just because of the audio's actually already loud itself. So this is what we have with paired up with the audio. And then we can actually end up turning this down just a little bit more. And just like that, guys, that is exactly how I would edit this. Now I'm gonna send this off for review and see the results that I get. But guys, once again, if you guys like this video, then just go ahead and drop a subscribe video because I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos like this. I really like this styled edit. This car edit is super sick. Anyways, I'm gonna play the results right now. But if you guys enjoyed this, don't forget that the creator bundle is also on sale. It's half off right now. So go cop the creator bundle, which is basically everything I just used in this video. But that's all I got to say for this video, guys. And I hope I will see you in the next one.